Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Monday, September 11th, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin was up 2.5% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 41.69, a high of 43.30, and a low of 40.59. Our top story: you don't need a hat. Segwit 2X, born New York, May 23rd, 2017, died Paris, September 10th. That's yesterday. As we reported yesterday, the miners say that they do not have to activate the 2X hard fork. The agreement in the New York agreement was that if there is one chain, we will stick together in 2X hard fork. But Bcash has already broken off. Bcash and the miners who are mining it have already broken the New York agreement. The New York agreement is essentially invalid. So it's perfectly acceptable if you're a mining company or any other company that signed the New York agreement. You need to break off and join Bitwala and F2 Pool and the others in the Bitcoin community who do not want the 2X hard fork. As I said, we broke this on yesterday's Today in Bitcoin show live with Jimmy Song and Tone Vase. Jimmy hosted a mining panel where the miners themselves volunteered this information and sounded none too interested in sticking with the 2X hard fork. Also yesterday at the Breaking Bitcoin conference, we had some controversy as CHJJ, a Bitcoin programmer, creator of the Bcoin alternate Bitcoin implementation, broke news with an unpatched vulnerability in Bitcoin. JJ demonstrated that by his work, he could crash a Bitcoin node. He said that 3 or 4 of the implementations had a fix that was out, but the fix had not been deployed yet. This very much angered Elizabeth Stark and Peter Todd, who questioned JJ from the audience very fiercely, saying that he had told the organizers that he would not release this information, but he released it, and with Peter Todd saying that JJ violated the industry practices by releasing this information before it had been patched. There's also the question of whether or not this information could affect other altcoins and things that had not even been considered. So it is a very hot and developing story. We've also got the good old China FUD. They're back again. This is from Bloomberg News just an hour ago. China is said to ban Bitcoin exchanges while allowing over-the-counter trades. China could be attempting to take away their people their ability to buy Bitcoin while leaving the rich and others to buy cryptocurrencies. It's a very interesting ban. It is developing. Usually news like this causes the price of Bitcoin to go down, but as you saw, we're up a little bit this morning. Russia's finance ministry drafts law to legalize cryptocurrencies. Russia, previously not a fan of crypto, has turned around, perhaps since Vitalik Buterin's meeting with Vladimir Putin. Russia is now passing a law which will regulate the circulation of cryptocurrencies, allowing them to be used as a financial instrument, despite the fact that they admit it is very volatile. In China, why China crushed Bitcoin. According to this man writing in Forbes, Bitcoin's buzz is gone, once again because of China. But as you know, we've seen this before. And again, the cat's out of the bag. Here's Prometheus tied to a rock with an eagle eating his liver. And as you know, Prometheus was punished by the gods such as Zeus for bringing fire to man. This is very similar to Satoshi bringing Bitcoin to the people. Once it's done, it can't be undone. Like Pandora and her box, Bitcoin is something that exists in the world. And if a country or a company or anyone tries to ban Bitcoin, all they're doing is activating the Streisand effect. They'll bring more people to Bitcoin. And as you know, Pandora from Greek mythology, the all-endowed, all-gifted, was practically a super weapon designed to punish Prometheus's brother, Epimetheus, for his brother's giving of fire to man. She was gifted with all of these gifts by the gods, and Epimetheus took her into his house, ignoring his brother's warnings. Remember, Prometheus means forethought, Epimetheus means afterthought. And he accepted this gift from Zeus. And she promptly opened the jar, scattering everything, keeping only hope inside, much like Bitcoin. Russia makes its first Bitcoin arrest for illegal trading. 3 men were arrested for making too much money on Bitcoin and perhaps not paying their taxes. Story developing. We've also got billionaire Bitcoin skeptic Howard Marks. Previously, Mr. Marks said that Bitcoin was a Ponzi scheme and a pyramid scam. He's now downgraded that and says it's a legitimate currency, but a speculative bubble. We look for Mr. Marks to continue downgrading his story. Next, he'll be saying that Bitcoin is a legitimate currency and not a bubble. He still has time to change his mind. Mr. Marks is very famous for predicting the housing bubble and the dot-com bubble. And according to the media, that means that everything you predict in the future is right. I'm not so sure about that. Russia faces an internal battle over Bitcoin. This is Russia's central banker, the #2 man in Russia, right behind Putin. And she can see the future fears of cryptocurrency, saying the use of cryptocurrency as a surrogate for the ruble in trading of goods and services, in our opinion, has a risk of undermining the circulation of money. That's far in the future, but it's very wise of her to see that. Still, as you can see, Russia is pushing forward with their cryptocurrency law regardless of this. And Russia has plans to do their own ICO on the Russian-built Waves platform, as well as an interest in promoting Vitalik Buterin and continuing to work with him on perhaps Ethereum-related projects. There's a lot of cryptocurrency going on in Russia for a country that is so fearful in their central bankers. And finally, the Equifax data breach, which happened this weekend, may affect half of the US population. No one had the right to opt in. No one had the right to opt out. They've been collecting credit card information on everyone forever, and apparently they've been storing it poorly. Additionally, multiple executives at Equifax sold their stock before announcing the hack. This seems criminal to me, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. As you know, you can never tell with these banks. And finally, the new Mad Tour graphic from Philippe. Check out Philippe's work at philippe.com. As you can see, this is a truly great reimagining of the National Lampoon's European vacation poster with mad Bitcoins in the Chevy Chase role. Philippe's added a few details here. I don't know if you see them right away. The moon, the rocket ship, the bee on the Big Ben, the bee on the Eiffel Tower, the SegWit sticker on the suitcase, all the Bitcoin logos and stickers. And even down here, a laptop and a Trezor. This is truly great work by Philippe. And over here in the corner, you can see the Bitcoin roller coaster guy riding on the Colosseum. Amazing work by Philippe. It's really fun to be on the Mad Tour right now, let me tell you. I'm still in Paris. I'm having a great time with my hosts, Ellie and Maria. Thank them so much for having me in their wonderful apartment. It's been really fun. We've been walking around Paris. I just got to see a little bit of it after the conference. It's so funny, the conference could have been anywhere. I was watching the Lightning crew and I hang out with them in San Francisco. I could have been there. I could have been in Vegas. I could have been in an empty room anywhere, but I was in an empty room in France. And now I'm still in France. So I look forward to continuing my tour today. I've got a list of things to see. I'm going to see some incredible Monets. If you're interested in seeing the pictures from my tour, follow me on Twitter at MadBitcoins. And until next time, cheers, a little coffee. And it's just been a really exciting day after the convention. And I'm glad to bring you guys the news. We're unable to hook up with Tone or Jimmy. I think Jimmy's back in the States by now, or perhaps on his way there. And we're getting a buzz from the door, which is really interesting because I wasn't expecting guests. Maybe they'll go away. But until next time, this has been Today in Bitcoin. Bye-bye.